I got it.
Go ahead, brother, read that.
Daniel 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which shall stand it for the children of thy people.
Now I'm going to ask y'all a question. Who's Michael? Who's Michael? He's an archangel. Does it go deeper than that? Is Michael another person besides being Michael? You know what they teach out there? That Michael is supposed to be the Lord. That's not true. Because you know how you break that down? If you go to Daniel the 10th chapter, it tells you, matter of fact, go to it, man.
All right.
Go right to the point. You know where it is? Let me see, start from, it's also in the beginning. Just start from the top.
Okay, cut.
It's around the second, third, fourth verse.
Okay, cut. Daniel 10 and 1. In the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. And the
that was Daniel's Babylonian name that the king of Babylon gave him. Just like in this society, we got these government names, slave names. Go ahead.
And the thing was true, but the time appointed was long. And he understood the thing and had understanding of the vision. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh to my, nor wine in my mouth.
Now this right here, Daniel was trying to get the Lord to come to him, and there was a point where the Lord didn't come to him and give him the understanding in the spirit. So it said that he fasted for 3 whole weeks. Go ahead.
Neither did I anoint myself at all till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. Verse 4. And in the 4th and 20th day of the first month.
The 4th and 20th day of the first month. Now right here it tells you that the Sabbath day is based upon a new moon. Right there it tells you that. That's another secret in the scriptures. Read that again.
Verse 4. And in the 4th and 20th day.
Go back another verse.
Verse 3. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth.
Go back to 2.
Verse 2. In those days I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks.
He was mourning, meaning he was fasting. Because it tells you he didn't eat no bread. He didn't eat nothing. He didn't drink nothing for 3 weeks. Go ahead.
Verse 3. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth. Neither did I anoint myself at all till the 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. Verse 4. And in the 4th and 20th day of the first month.
And the 4th and 20th day of the first month. That was what? 24 days inside of the month. Did not he just mention weeks? So how come these guys can't see? They teaching that the Sabbath comes on Friday sundown and Saturday sundown. Well, if the month begins on a Wednesday, how you gonna get Friday sundown and Saturday sundown out of that, man? Because these clowns like Nathan, and they don't understand the scriptures, man. Now, when I came up here, you were talking about the name and all that, and right away I thought about Nate, that damn demon. Now, we was at the studio, we wasn't even thinking of Nate, man, and all we did was cut the hell out of Nate, man. Because the Most High God put the spirit on us to come against that guy. Did y'all see that new video that he put up a couple of days ago? He calling himself trying to break down Daniel the 2nd chapter. And then he said that that the 10 tribes of Israel came to the Americas back in 538 BC, which is bullshit. That's bullshit, man. But he'll bring it out of the fucking left side of his ass, and he don't have no documents to back it up. So anytime this clown makes a video, we're gonna come back and we're gonna cut him, man. Go ahead.
As I was by the side of the great river, which is Edified, then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold or Uphaz.
That's the Lord. Go ahead.
His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning,
Go ahead.
and his eyes as a lamp of fire, and his arms and his feet like unto color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them.
And that's the same thing. He said he saw the vision. Read that again, please.
Right. Verse 7. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men that was with me saw not the vision.
So he saw the vision, but the men that was with him didn't see the vision. So the Most High can show you a vision, and the people around you don't see nothing, man. Go ahead.
But a great quaking fell upon them.
But a great quaking fell upon them. Go ahead.
So that they fled to hide themselves.
Because the Most High the Lord wanted to make it where he was the only one that was going to see that vision. Go ahead.
Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned in me into corruption, and I retained no strength. Yet heard I the voice of his words, and when I heard the voice of his words, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground. And behold, a hand touched me, which set me upon my knees and upon the palms of my hands.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and I stand upright, for unto thee I am now sent. And when he
said, unto thee I am now sent. Didn't he read the vision of him? That he had his body was like the beryl, all right, and his eyes were like flaming fire, and his arms and his feet was like unto color polished brass. That's the same vision that John saw in the book of Revelation, the first chapter. So that's how we know it was the Lord. Go ahead.
And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. This said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before the Most High, thy word was heard, and I am come.
So when he did that 3-week fast, he broke the fast. So 3 days later, after he broke the fast, that's when the Lord came and said, look, when you did the fast the first day, I already heard you. Go ahead.
Thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me.
Who was the prince of the kingdom of Persia? Go back to the first verse.
Verse 1. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia.
That was the prince of the kingdom of Persia, Cyrus. All right? Go back to where you left off.
Verse 13. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia.
Now we know that that's Cyrus. Go ahead.
Withstood me 120 days.
21 days. 3 weeks. Because the Lord was trying to work on his mind to make him do what he wanted him to do. But this king had a strong mind. Not like the average person that you see out here. They got a weak mind, man. So the Lord himself was trying to change this man's mind. But like I said, the man had a strong mind. Go ahead.
But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes.
So this is the Lord speaking, and he's talking about Michael. So you have certain groups like the Jehovah's Witness, they say Michael is Yahawashi, is the Lord. Well, this right here cuts that. Go ahead.
But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the king of Persia. Now am I come to take thee, understand what shall befall thy people in the latter days.
Now go back to Daniel 12.
Daniel 12, verse 1. At that time shall Michael stand up the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
So the Lord said in the 10th chapter, he is one of the great princes. So that right there cuts that lie about Michael the archangel is also so-called the Lord. Go ahead.
And there should be a time of trouble such as never was since there were a nation, even to that same time.
And that time didn't take place, that time of trouble. Give me Jeremiah 30:7. That time of trouble is talking about Jacob's trouble. That didn't happen yet, man. There's going to come a time in this country and around the world that is going to be the worst time in the history of so-called mankind. And that's called Jacob's trouble. So you got our people walking up and down the street like everything's all right, man. There's going to be a time in this country and around the world, and it's happening around the world, in Greece and Portugal, in Egypt, over there in Syria. Now yesterday, the Israeli government or the military attacked Syria because they're looking for a foothold to go into Syria to get out this guy Assad, because they were giving weapons to the rebels that was coming against Assad, so the rebels are not winning. So guess what? They actually going in there and attacking them themselves. Because even Barack Obama said that there's been a red line drawn. That means if it gets worse, we're going to send U.S. troops up in there. They're going to wind up sending U.S. troops up in there anyway, man. And there's no way that they can stop it, because the Most High is making these prophecies come to pass. Now they put up the One World Trade Center, the building that replaced the two towers. The two towers represent what? The two fractions of the Illuminati. The old fraction and the new faction, right? So they brought them buildings down, so now they got one building. Anybody know how tall that building is? It was in the news when they put the final piece on that building. Nobody knows how tall it was, or it is. It's 1,776 feet tall. So what should come to your mind with 1776? Huh? Thank you, brother. He called it May 1st, 1776. Now what happened in May 1st, 1776? Huh? The Illuminati was started. And the key man that started, which was financed by the Rothschilds, was a man by the name of Adam Weishaupt. Okay? So when the Illuminati was actually started, it was started before America was started, man. Because America is calling himself, the U.S. is calling himself on July 4th, 1776. Well, wait a minute, that was a couple of months. So the Illuminati was already established before so-called United States was established. Okay? So when they got that up, what are they trying to say? Now they want to take over the whole world. Now they want to bring a new world order. Now they want to give everybody the chip. They want to get them Arab nations and them dark African nations, they want to destroy them. Why? Because they don't want to bow down to the new world order system. So now they're pushing this thing. That's why it spoke about, give me that again, brother, Jeremiah 30:7.
Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So we're not in this trouble yet. This trouble can take place in the next couple of months. It can take place when all hell breaks loose. It can take place within the next 6 months. But you saw what happened up there in Boston. That was martial law. Because you had the Boston police, you had the feds up there, you had SWAT up there, and you had the military up there. You had ATF up there. Just to get one guy. And that's to establish this new world order, man. Everything's going